3 leads, 2 contracts, and no, this is not my finger. All right, I'm gonna tell you about our beta test. So my name is Franklin Cruz from TrueInvestors.com. Yes, they actually named the street after me. And no, it's obviously not weird to do a content video on the street that I created. We're not gonna talk about that. So we are gonna talk about our beta client, Nick Wilkinson from South Dakota. So he was having issues in a sense of getting repeatable or predictable leads coming in for cash and bank deals. And so I am a real estate developer. I am not, I did not grow up into become a marketing agency at all. I actually did this, it kind of fell on me. So he shot me probably about a year ago. Nick sent me a text, me and him were talking, and I was like, look, I'm working on something, because it hit me after I did some development deals and I've done other transactions, you know, and you can see them all at the website. Go to TrueInvestors.com. You'll see over 117 we have there now. And I told Nick, I said, man, I really want to create this acquisition process because I've mastered the marketing to cash and bank deals, from basically lead, sign contract, cash and bank. And on every aspect, residential to commercial, because I've done a lot. And you can see it on the website. I'm not just saying this is proof. And so he texts me out of nowhere. He's like, dude, I want that system. Can you do it for me? I said, no problem at all. I said, but you have to be prepared. If you're not spending already $7,500 a month or more on your marketing, we're not going to be able to do predictable leads. Like, you got to be able to actually put your money where your mouth is. The system works 100%. It works because I've been doing it, but you got to put money where your mouth is, right? And so he said, all right, I'm down. First week, he already had 3 appointments, 2 signed agreements, all within the first week. And these are bigger deals too. This is in South Dakota. And he's getting more. The only reason why he's not getting even more is because what happens in the first week when you have an actual new account, the way that we're using it, sometimes you have what they call a slow-mo, meaning because you're a new account, they slow down your account a little bit in the beginning to make sure you're a real person, you're not AI. But it works, and that's the awesome part. So what we did is he actually flew down here so we could show him the entire operating system, you know, gave him all my templates, all the creative contracts that I've done, especially like on this deal. So on this deal, this was 1 house on 9 acres. I was able to buy the property for about $650,000, negotiate it and convert it from 1 house to 25 houses on the conceptual plan to 39 to then 41. And that's what you see now is 41 houses. And I sold it to KB Homes for $1.25 million. And then later on, they named the street after me, Cruz Court. So it was awesome. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But my thing was, what is the acquisition process? So since 2018 till now, I have been tracking every minute detail because I have been doing the marketing for myself, because I could not find any marketing agencies that understood, hey, this is the call to actions that I need. This is the headline. This is the imagery. I need you to track this every single day. I need you to put testimonials on here. I need you to, you know, track everything. I need that lead form to go straight to my cell phone so then I could pick up the phone. And then how fast until I pick up the phone to an appointment? And then how does the appointment go? What is the scenarios that I need to get that appointment, but I need to get a signed agreement? And then what happens if it's not a deal? What else can I do? Because look, not every single deal is actually going to be a deal, but I'm still in front of somebody who wants to sell their property. So then I had to make that discovery, because when I was married, me and my wife, we had a real estate brokerage. So I said, look, I'm going to track it. I don't think every single property, we don't need to get a deal. What if I changed it? My philosophy is, look, what if we actually change it and we just say, what can we do to make sure it's the best thing for the seller? What is the best thing for the seller? And we still profit, right? It could be listing the property, it could be creative financing, it could be buying a rehab, or it could be converting a piece of land like this one was to an entire development, business park, light industrial, affordable housing, any of that stuff. Well, I was right. My theory was right. It only took me 7 years to figure this out though. But my theory was right. And that's exactly what we do. What matters in the marketing, what we do on the back end in the entire operating system, seller first. Seller first, seller first, seller first. And you genuinely need to act like you love that seller. Not like a weird kind of love, right? Like you know, foo-foo stuff. But what I mean is like you genuinely care, like you care for your mother, your grandmother, or somebody like that. And if you do, it generally comes out. And then that person, because 20% of the time, what I found through my own data, 20% of the time, they're going to refer you another deal they never even told you about. Like I just had this week with a lady named Crystal. She called me back for another deal. Or they're going to refer you development deals, period. It happens every time. I've been involved at over 20 of them. I could show you all my data. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? No problem. Go to trueinvestors.com. Go to trueinvestors.com and you'll see all the deals, period. These are real deals. These are real names. Look them up. I have nothing to hide. But what I do want is I'm tired of people taking advantage of real estate investors that are, if you're spending over $7,500 a month on postcards, stop it. Stop it. We could actually work together. See, even he wants to work with me, right? If you're spending that kind of capital and you're not getting the result, let's have a conversation, see if we can work together. So again, go to trueinvestors.com and apply. And if we can work together, great. But remember this, on every single deal, nothing is impossible as long as two people sign and agree. You can get creative. All right, bye.